Well, a major shakeup tonight concerning the way business will be conducted in Afghanistan. General David Petraeus, commander of U.S. and NATO forces there, will be stepping down, and several top officials along with him. That will happen at the end of this year. Joining me for more is investigative journalist and RT contributor Wayne Madsen. Wayne, let's talk about this. A lot of things we don't quite know yet. These reports are just sort of coming across the wires. This was reported, I think, originally by the London Times. General Petraeus has only been there for 8 months. What do you think is happening here?
Well, there were a lot of rumors before General Petraeus took the job of Stanley McChrystal, his ill-fated predecessor. They were talking about General Petraeus as a potential presidential candidate for the Republican Party.
But General Petraeus has said he has no intention of running.
You know, 100 members of the Senate look in the mirror every morning and see the next president of the United States, and there's some generals who do too. But because he took the job as commander of the forces in Afghanistan, they said, well, if he has any presidential ambitions, they will have to be put off until 2016. They said, aha, President Obama was really smart in doing that. He eliminated a potential 2012 opponent, just like he sent former Utah Governor John Huntsman to be the ambassador to Beijing. He resigned the other day.
Guess what?
We may see some things being played out here for 2012.
Speaking of that relationship between President Obama and General Petraeus, I know there's been a little bit of a rift in terms of the way that business should be conducted in Afghanistan. President Obama says he wants to stick to his promise of starting to draw down troops from there. General Petraeus says, you know what, 2012 was ambitious. It's just not a good idea right now. That's certainly one of many policies that the two have come to disagree on.
And there may be something else afoot here. I would note that last night, quietly, the State Department announced that Richard Holbrooke's replacement as the U.S. envoy to Afghanistan and Pakistan is Mark Grossman. Brings in a lot of baggage. He was accused of being the first to leak the CIA cover company, Brewster Jennings, who Valerie Plame Wilson worked for. He also was involved in a lot of lobbying activities on behalf of the Turkish military-industrial complex, otherwise known as Ergenekon.
Let's talk about the bigger picture here. I mean, this is not just General Petraeus. This is 4 other major high-level officials, including Ambassador Karl Eikenberry. Defense Secretary Robert Gates also set to leave at the end of this year. This is a major shakedown in the midst of a war that will not be anywhere near over.
Absolutely, and I think based on some shocks that the U.S. has received in places like Egypt and Tunisia, and now Bahrain, where the U.S. Fifth Fleet is headquartered, I think we're seeing a lot of infighting within the military and foreign policy establishment. I think it's going to we're going to see more resignations in the near future, maybe even higher level than General Petraeus.
Just bringing it back to Petraeus, do you have a sense here? I know there's nothing confirmed in terms of why this happened. I mean, do you think this talk about a presidential run is feasible? What's your sense here?
I would think that after the CPAC conference, the conservatives met here, they were not happy at anyone they saw before them. They're looking for, because the people that bankroll that, it's really the military war hawks. They're looking for Petraeus, and this may have a lot to do with it. There was just a paucity of candidates for their liking. Ron Paul won the straw poll, but the rank and file, the people that really back that movement, don't like him.
And you could hear that from the boos in the audience.
Right, they would go for Petraeus in a minute.
Should be pretty interesting to see exactly what happens with this. Again, this news is just coming in. We wanted to bring you in here to talk about it. And of course, we will stay with the story and follow it in the next few days.
You bet.
RT contributor and investigative journalist Wayne Madsen.